All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The Mockingbird media has struck again. If you're a veteran, put your branch of service in the chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here you're probably going to be a little upset with today's The Mockingbird media has live stream today. If you're a veteran, you are probably going to resonate with this. If you have a family member, you're going to have a resonating tone with this. Last night, I got to talk to one of my old command master chiefs. And he said, you know what? He said, Dykes, this is a new battlefield. And I was like, Cobb, you are correct. And Cobb stands for chief of the boat if you've never served on a submarine. But have you ever noticed how this works? An outlet runs a story. Let me know how the audio is. An outlet runs a story, then another one runs it, then another. And suddenly before your first cup of coffee is cold, everybody in the so-called national media is using the same language, pushing the same emotional garbage, telling you the same thing. The United States Navy is falling apart. The USS Abraham Lincoln supposedly running out of supplies. Folks, I spent 20 years in the United States Navy. Did we ever run out of food? Hell no. Were we eating beanies and weenies? Yes. Were we eating pillows of death? Those are raviolis for you civilian types? Yes. Were we living on bug juice? Yes. Because an American aircraft carrier doesn't sail around the world for months while everybody back at the Pentagon suddenly forgets sailors need food, water. They make their own water. They have an evaporator. It's a 30K. They make 30,000 gallons of fresh water a day. Submarines, we've got a different one. They don't run out of toilet paper. That's not how a little thing called UNREP, underway replenishment, works. Okay? The game is, we're on a new battlefield. And the new battlefield is emotional warfare. And that's exactly what it is. Look at these headlines. Look at these headlines. U.S. Navy swap aircraft carriers amid reports of plummeting morale. Get the hell out of my face. That's not how the United States Navy works. Now, does 241 days at sea suck? Yes. Been there, done that. Long deployments beat people up. Families suffer. The mom is the dad, the plumber, the baker, the lawyer, everything. Equipment breaks. That's just the way it is, guys. That is just the way that this game is played, okay? And the longer that you fail to realize that, and if you start understanding that the news media will do anything to divide you, they will split you up. And look at this. Attempts, deletion attempts, contaminated water, waning morale. Sailors on the Lincoln have been at sea for 9 months. Does anybody know in the chat an average deployment for an aircraft carrier? If you're on the West Coast, average deployment is 6.5 months. If you're on the East Coast, it's 7.5 months. So 9 months is very common. Very common. 264 days of extended deployment. These people are clown. Look, Bill Crystal. Suddenly he cares about the military. Are you noticing that people that never care about the military suddenly care about the military? I want to know where this talking point started, is what I want to know. This is insanity. And we're streaming over here on X. We're streaming everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. But look at this one. Let me pull this up here. The Navy Times is not an official Navy publication. I'll just tell you that. The Navy Times is a rag of a publication. It is owned by a liberal news agency. Senator Richard Blumenthal, that's Da Nang Dick for anybody that doesn't know. They're quoting Da Nang Dick. Stars and Stripes. Lincoln families press Navy leaders over sailors' mental health. Go to hell. This is a psyop. This is Hanoi Jane. Hegseth says reports about conditions aboard the carrier are misrepresented. 1,000%.
I want to be clear that I don't expect for an aircraft carrier to be the Holiday Inn, right? I don't expect for it to...
Look how they quote these Democrats. Democrat Mike Levin. I'm sure he has never served a day in his life, and the only time he had anything that floated was whenever he shit in his bathtub. That's my guess. Look at this. USNI News. USS George Washington headed west. It's going to relieve the Lincoln. That's exactly the way these things work. This is a clown show of a situation. The AP. New aircraft carrier heads toward the Middle East. Well, no shit. No kidding. And meanwhile, the Mockingbird media won't talk about a building that was just purchased by the Chinese within Tyler Robinson distance of the White House. Let's go. Look at all the headlines here on YouTube. Everything is carrier, carrier, carrier. Let's check one of these out. Here we go. Mockingbird Media, take one.
This morning, there's growing concern over the conditions of the USS Abraham Lincoln. Joining us in the studio is Action News Jax anchor Shay Simon. And Shay, this is one of the
Do either of them have a clue about an aircraft carrier?
aircraft carriers that's been deployed in the war with Iran.
And we have a look at the USS.
With Iran. With Iran. Over to you, Shaniqua.
Lincoln here. Its home port is in San Diego, but it's been deployed for more than 260 days. That is 3 months longer than a regular deployment.
Woo!
Many parents of the service members aboard are expressing concerns.
They should not.
Let's find the lowest intellect family members and talk to them. Here we go.
Be deployed this long. These are old ships. They take a lot of maintenance, a lot of work. It's around the clock. You're doing something and you're in a war zone.
Yeah, that's called the Navy, dipshit.
This comes as an investigation is underway after reports of a sailor going overboard earlier this month.
They do it all the time. They jump off the fantail all the time. Let's go to Mockingbird Media, take two.
George Washington aircraft carrier is headed to the Middle East to relieve the USS Abraham Lincoln, which has been at sea for more than 240 consecutive days. But family members are worried about conditions on the Lincoln, as well as a reported man overboard incident. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
They're getting all the same talking points. They hate the military. Why do they suddenly care?
This morning, relief is finally on the way for sailors at sea on board the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier for a record 244 days, stopping at a port, most recently carrying out strikes against Iran. Two U.S. officials tell NBC News there have been growing complaints from service members and their families about deteriorating conditions. Danielle Rappa says her son's mental health has taken a nosedive.
This is a young man who can...
This is a young man. We got helicopter mom here. Mommy is scared from the news media. The news media got what they wanted. The American people are scared. Send my baby home.
tolerate an enormous amount. When he starts describing his life to his mother as American Horror Story and talking about being completely exhausted, I listen.
Guess what? He's becoming a man. Get out of your helicopter. Be a man.
The complaints include limited meal portions like these, and a U.S. official says one sailor went overboard but was quickly rescued. Now, the Lincoln is set to be switched out with another Navy carrier and finally sail home in the coming weeks, according to a U.S. official. It was initially set to return in May. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth thanking the sailors and defending conditions on board.
Completely misrepresented. Listen, we make sure that every ship, every crew, every captain has everything we can provide them at every single moment.
It's all, the news media got a photo of their favorite Ayatollah. Look at that. This is all propaganda. Here we go. Propaganda take 4.
Two military publications are raising growing concerns about the mental health of service members aboard the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln. 5,000 sailors and Marines are now 9 months into a deployment supporting the war with Iran. The Navy Times and Stars and Stripes reported sailors are dealing with extreme exhaustion. The most alarming claim is that several sailors have tried to jump off overboard.
It happens all the time.
The Navy tells ABC News counselors and chaplains are on the ship and the military has not identified.
I'll tell you what they won't tell you. There are university professors on aircraft carriers, and active duty sailors on that carrier take college classes while they are underway. They won't talk about that. It's not cool. Talking head media take 4 from Wangaway, New Zealand, because she knows about the Navy. We couldn't find anybody in America. Let's get Karen from New Zealand. Take 5.
Hi, I'm Kim Vanell in Wanganui, New Zealand. It's Friday, August 14th. Today, Hegseth pushes back on reports that conditions on board a US Navy ship are so bad it's pushing some sailors to the brink.
They had to go to New Zealand to get that story. Here we go. Looks like, I forget her name. She's the congresswoman out of California. I forget her name. She's now working for Los Angeles News.
Well, food shortages, broken plumbing, and sailors so fed up with conditions, they're willing to jump overboard. Now, those are the claims from military families with loved ones on board the USS Abraham Lincoln. That's a San Diego-based aircraft carrier that has been at sea months longer than usual. But tonight, the Pentagon is denying all claims of hardship at sea. But CBS LA's political reporter Tom Wade talked with a family member of a sailor. Tom, some of these allegations are really shocking.
Some of these allegations are really shocking, Tom.
Yeah, Pat, it's very scary and very disturbing. Some of the things that we're seeing in these
Scary.
said. So many complaints that members of Congress are demanding answers tonight. Carriers normally spend about 6 months max at sea.
Bullshit.
The Abraham Lincoln's been on active duty for 9 months. None of the sailors or Marines aboard has stepped on dry land the entire time. There's significant concern.
Tough shit.
Tonight for their mental and physical health. The USS Abraham Lincoln left its home port in San Diego last November with more than 5,000 sailors and Marines. The Lincoln has been at sea ever since, an unprecedented record-breaking time away from a port of call. Right now, the aircraft carrier.
You starting to understand the propaganda, the fear-mongering? That's what this is, guys. This is all fear-mongering garbage.
According to a top official, the USS George Washington is now heading to the Middle East to replace the U.S.
They hate the military until they can use the military against the American people. This is called emotional blackmail. If you've watched what happens in this country over the last decade, you've seen this movie before. Undermine the cops, undermine the courts, undermine elections, undermine the military, undermine every American. Oh, look at this. They got Chris Coons on here. Undermine every institution that Americans once believed they could depend on. You keep people angry. You keep people suspicious. You keep people convinced that everything around them is broken. That is how you sow discontent. So this morning, it's FAFO Friday. We're going to slow down, examine the lies. It's not evidence anymore. I'm going to explain to you, and I hope I have, how a carrier strike groups work. They get supplied at sea. It's called a UNREP, underway replenishment. Now, the one question I have is, who started this little story to conjure up all the trash? Who started this? Who benefits? Who does it hurt? Leave a comment in the chat. Who benefits? Who does it hurt? Because criticizing the Navy, fair game. But if you're going to tell Americans that the United States Navy can't keep its own sailors supplied, you better bring more to the table than a television chyron and somebody else's talking points. Because I'm not playing the game, guys. I'm not playing this trash. This is nothing more than manipulation. You are being manipulated. You are being scared into submission. I don't know if you notice it or not. I got my new challenge coin holder in the background. Let me pull this up here. Let me see if I can pull my challenge coin holder. There we go. There's my challenge coin holder in the background. You like that? I just took a little photo. That's my new one, right? Little challenge coin holder. I got it from my buddy Don Lau. That's my challenge coin holder right here. Let me see if I can. There we go. There we go, right there. You see that? How beautiful. And that's a picture of my grandfather down there at the bottom. He's a World War II veteran, or was a World War II veteran. God rest his soul. That's my challenge coin holder. And it holds a bunch. I haven't got them all put on there. But if you want to buy one of those, you need to go check out my buddy Don Lau's page. It's called abeautifulflag.com, and you can get one of these. I'll put a link in the description because this is patriotic as hell. There we go. Line in the description in the chat now, or a link in the chat. Sorry. So there you go. But what do you think this morning, ladies and gentlemen? Are you upset? Are you understanding how the news media operates? Right? Look at this. If they can make look, even Erin Burnett's on here with her wind-blown hair. Let's hear this lie.
That multiple sailors aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln have tried to jump overboard amid poor conditions and mental stress on the ship. This is according to new reporting from the Military Times, which spoke to the wife of one of those sailors, who says she's spoken to her husband only a handful of times since he tried to jump. He is now on a medical hold. The Military Times is also reporting severe food shortages on board and that sailors are running out of just basic needs, toothpaste, deodorant, soap.
Lies.
This crew has been at sea for 9 months amid Trump's war in Iran. That includes 250.
See how this all connects? You see how the Mockingbird media connects all of this? If you're a Navy veteran in the chat, I want to hear from you. If you've ever been deployed in the military, I want to hear from you. They are preaching failure. That is what this news media does. And I don't know what's more dangerous, the news media or Iran. I think the news media is more dangerous. That's what I believe. We're over here on X streaming. Follow me at Navy Vet on X. Let me put a link in the chat there. It took me months to get this handle name at Navy Vet, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that handle. Let's see here. Military readiness. We talked about that. Carriers Ford's expansion. World's largest aircraft carrier. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, let's talk about this one. Oh, let's grab some calls while we're at it. I know y'all are probably on red line just as angry as I am by the Mockingbird media. Look at this. Chinese officials are now they bought a building within a Tyler Robinson range of the White House. Excuse me. Somebody says get Nick Freitas on the show. Solid dude. I like Nick Freitas. I don't think he would talk to me. He's a Green Beret. Green Berets don't talk to me. I'm a dumb squid. Let's go here. Line 1. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hey, it's Alan down in Louisiana.
Alan in Louisiana. Alan, here's a question for you. How dangerous is this when the Mockingbird media starts putting out garbage like this to do nothing more than to sow discontent, one bad apple across the news, across America? How dangerous is this?
Pretty damn dangerous, because I spent 2 med cruises back in the day, and I can tell you this much. As a plane captain, up on that flight deck, we live to launch alpha strikes. That's
Damn right.
what we trained for. Everybody, I can promise you this, and excuse my language, but every swinging dick on that flight deck got a hard on when they do that.
You know what? I don't disagree. You're doing what you're trained to do. What was the name of the ships that you were on?
I was on the Forrestal and BA-85, A6 Intruder Squadron.
What year were you on the Forrestal? What year were you on the Forrestal?
79 to 83.
Were you on there? So you were on there after John McCain started the fire?
Oh, way after.
Okay.
But my line chief served. He was on the A4.
Gotcha.
When McCain hot started it.
That's exactly what started the fire. McCain did, and
But
the
you
only
couldn't
reason
let the admiral's son.
Yeah, his dad and his grandfather were both 4-star admirals. God bless you, Alan. Thank you for calling, brother.
All right, I just had to put that in there, bro.
And what was your rate? What was your rate? I didn't catch it.
I only made it to E3, but I worked as AIMD.
You were up on the flight deck.
Yep.
All right,
Constantly.
brother. God bless you. Go Navy. Let's go here. I got some. Oh, bull. MWP, what are you talking about this morning?
Morning, Ben. Every job I've ever had, there's always a few sissy lullas, non-hackers that just whine and bitch and complain and call mommy and daddy. It's like watching the TV show Cops, and as soon as they bust somebody and they catch somebody doing something stupid, the first thing that they say is, "Call my dad, call my mom." These guys, they love doing this shit.
I'm going to tell you right now. If one of these guys or girls called home to mommy and they worked for me, I would ride them like a rented mule.
Yes, sir.
You joined the Navy. You didn't bring mommy or daddy in your sea bag. Man the F up. That's what my thoughts are.
It's not a job, Ben. It's an adventure. Remember?
I'll tell you what else it is. It's war, you lazy son of a bitches. Get to work.
Amen.
That's my theory. God bless you. In the words of old blood and guts, kill them all, let God sort them out. God bless you. Thank you for calling. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 1776 from Mike ACG Postage. Thank you so much.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Boom shakalaka.
And boom shakalaka.
Don't worry, Mr. Ben. We the people, your fellow Americans, already know that the mainstream media cannot be trusted and is the enemy. Nothing but a propaganda machine. Propaganda is happening everywhere, including on these various platforms from shills lying to you. Line 3. What is your name and where are you calling from?
It's Charlie from Georgia.
Charlie in Georgia. What do you got?
Yes, sir. Man, I can't believe that people are getting extended during wartime. What the hell is going on?
Never happened to me.
What? Oh my God.
Charlie, I'm going to tell you right now, we were coming in on the surface through the Hood Canal. We had just crossed through the Hood Canal Bridge, and some E3 shithead text messaged his girlfriend on the pier. We have equipment on submarines, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, that can intercept text messages. We turned around within sight of the explosives handling wharf at Hood Canal Bridge and went back to sea for 3 weeks.
All right, see ya.
And that guy got busted and kicked out because of loose lips sink ships. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, OPSEC's a real thing, and it drives me crazy every time I see a report. Oh, the USS Umpty Squat is headed to the Persian Gulf. The Reagan is going to the Straits of Hormuz. Oh, no. Like, people, I can't get over the fact that we continue to put OPSEC stuff out on the national media, thinking that, oh, no, nobody besides Americans is going to see this.
God bless you, Charlie. Thank you for calling, brother. Take care.
Yes, sir.
God bless the Navy. Line 5. Where are you calling from? What is your name?
Hey, Ben, it's just Cat House.
Cat House, what do you got?
Remember what I said? When you do your second oath and you swear yourself to the military, you become U.S. government property.
Damn right.
When it's, I was ROTC, but I've been around the military families.
Okay.
And that's one thing that I've learned. And my uncle, just real quick, when he got out of high school, he went and signed in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
A day later, he gets a letter from the University of Alabama. Paul Bear Bryant gave him a scholarship to play.
Roll
Could
Tide.
he have got out of it? No. Yeah, I know. Roll Tide. God bless him. He missed that. He regretted that so much. But he said, I was so happy to serve my country.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. The greatest decision I ever made in my life was joining the Navy. Without the Navy, I would have never met my wife. I would never have the family that I have now. I would not be able to talk to you all in this capacity. It is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. I shook hands with 5 presidents, and I didn't agree with some of them, and I had to wash my hands after shaking hands with a couple because I had some Kenyan dirt on there. But you know what I mean? It was the greatest opportunity in my lifetime to be able to serve my country. Cat House, God bless you. Thank you for calling.
God bless you all too. Bye-bye.
There we go. I want you all to go check out my buddy Don here. Don making these challenge coin racks. Don making these challenge coin racks is just beautiful. It's absolutely amazing what this guy has been able to do with a little piece of equipment here. Right? That little square down there. That's a piece of the USS Los Angeles 688, SSN 688. That submarine could tell some damn stories, brother. Last night, I got to talk to my very first command master chief. Let's just say his first name was Anthony. And he didn't mess around. He didn't pull any punches. All right, let's go here. Laptop repairman accuses Tucker Carlson of omitting details. Who would have guessed that Tucker lied? Who would have guessed? Now, I'm going to tell you right now before I play this. I had a deal with Tucker Carlson's company. He sponsored my channel. I advertised his ALP stuff. There's a lot of channels that are... Have you ever heard of a YouTube channel canceling a sponsorship because they didn't agree with the morality of the products from the company? I haven't. Have you heard? I'm not friends with some of these people, and I don't trust them.
To have Tucker not even want me to talk about the laptop on his show for a year and a half, told me that, and then when I found out that Tucker was in the laptop, it kind of all made sense. So what I feel like Tucker's doing right now is I think he's kind of running cover for his complacency in covering the laptop. I mean, he beat his sabers and, talked about accountability, and he brought up the laptop a lot. But I mean, it took him a year and a half to have me on the show. And I was told if I talked about anything other than what he wanted to talk about, I would never be invited back.
Who said that to you? The producers?
Tucker's producer.
Interesting. So
I've had Tucker flagged as like complacent with covering up the laptop since basically the 16th of October.
2020, 6 years
asked me a lot of questions, and then that was it. I didn't hear a squeak out of him.
What's your speculation? You said he's in the laptop. In what way is he in the laptop? Is it an email exchange?
Hunter Biden's laptop, Tucker Carlson's in the laptop? Oh, boy.
Yeah, he was friends with Hunter. He was neighbors. I think he was asking for Hunter to get his kid into Georgetown, and then I think the wife had some plans. I know he was in the laptop. I don't care. It's DC. Plus, I mean, people forget Tucker was in CNN for a while. I mean,
He's a Democrat.
Yeah, he's an opportunist. So
yeah, I think that exchange is, to me, it's nothing. It's if you guys are communicating at that time, you're in DC. I totally get it. Families talk.
What do you think about that? Post your city and state in the chat. Branch of service if you're a veteran. I'd love to talk to you. This is some crazy times where now we know why Hunter Biden didn't really get asked any tough questions. There was another clip here that I found of this guy. Let's see here. Here we go. This is another one of our favorites. Let's go here. Listen to this.
Knowing all of this was documented, and Tucker knows this stuff, and Hunter knows this stuff, why wouldn't Tucker push back? Why wouldn't he push back on this?
Why didn't Sean Ryan push back?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Candace Owens push back? Why hasn't any
influencer pushed back?
Interview Tucker done why has Tucker refused to do interviews where he knows that there's going to be pushback? So I think Kevin Morris is going to get his money back. He's produced Broadway productions. He's produced documentaries before. I think he's put a lot of money.
Oh, that's a good comment. Thank you for the super chat. Open eyes, like an American of going to jump overboard into the hand of IRGC. I mean, that's basically, what was the guy that walked away from his post in Afghanistan? What was the name of that guy? He walked away from his post. He became like a sympathizer for the Afghans. If you walk off the deck of a ship, what was the damn name of that guy? He was an army guy. Shit, I can't remember his name. But now he's got 100% VA disability.
Into Hunter, and I think he wants to recoup that money. So I think a lot of what we're seeing right now is opportunities for people like Tucker to insert Israel into the mix, which he knows who Yakov is. He knows he's not an Israeli asset. So
it's weird, right? It's a weird dynamic. And then you got this gal, Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's boats and hoes this morning. We got boats and hoes right here.
I just wanted to talk to you guys about something. There's a lot of debate going on back and forth right now, pretty much between mainstream hardcore Republicans, angry at people like me.
It makes me want to, Bo Bergdahl, thank you. It makes me want to throw up in my mouth if I hear Marjorie Taylor Greene say the word hardcore. Ugh. I want to throw up.
Mainstream hardcore Republicans, angry at people like me, Tucker, Thomas Massey, Joe Kent, and others like us. And believe me, there are many others like us. They're vocal on social media, and they're also really.
Oh, y'all better buckle up. We got a sailor calling in here. We got a Coast Guard guy calling in. What do you got, Bruno? Patriot Bruno. What's your thoughts this morning, brother?
Good morning, Patriots. First off, we never got underway without extra stores. You always had more food than what you needed for the trip.
Absolutely.
And if you didn't have enough, you'd get underway replenishment. Exactly. I look at the video you got of Marjorie up here.
Yep.
Her raggedy ass hair reminds me of a mop that's been used multiple times to clean the bilges aboard ship. You know how
Let me pull it back up. It does look like a swab. It does look like a swabby.
The friggin' rope on the mouth tatters.
Isn't it rich that she's sitting on a $300,000 boat on a lake telling you, the American people, to work?
$175,000 a year retirement.
And she's telling you to work.
It's disgusting. It is sickening. But it does. It reminds me of the ends of the bilge mops.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Bruno. Let me ask you this. You and I both know what an underway replenishment is. Can you talk about that?
Well, it's even more fun if it's ammunitions, but I only did that once. No thanks, and I'd want to do that again. But, it's a lot of work because it's a line of guys, and you're handing off crates, you're handing off boxes of food stores, everything else. It's a line of guys. You got 150 guys in line passing off things, loading them into stock rooms, into freezers, everything else. That's done by the crew. No one else. People don't get that. That is a part of your job.
Is this a psyop coordinated by the media, coordinated by the Democrat Party? Because they only interviewed Democrats. Is this a psyop?
Completely, because even my few years on board ship, we did training for underway fuel replenishment. The ship I was on was an old Navy seaplane tender. It was a 311-foot cutter. So underway fuel replenishment is also done if a ship does not have enough fuel. So this is such a bullshit psyop, it's unreal. People need to know that they are pulling shade over people's eyes and mentally screwing with them.
There's a lot of people that are going to fall for it. A lot of people are going to fall for it.
Oh, they will. They completely will. Max, I was 4 months out to sea, but you know what? I would get to the very tail of the ship, and I would sit right there and ignore the other 310 feet behind me and just look at the ocean.
Yeah.
That was my peace.
Yeah.
Middle of the night, moon lights up a glass ocean. Peace, tranquility.
God bless you, Bruno. Semper Paratus, thank you for your service, brother. God bless you. That's Patriot Bruno, Coast Guard veteran. Post your branch of service in the chat. Air Force still counts. Let's see here. I thought oh, God. TikTok cost of living videos spark claims of coordinated anti-Trump network. This is all coordinated. This is all a paid psyop.
I was talking to my friend from Europe about the cost of living in Ohio and just how everything has gotten so unaffordable.
This girl has never talked to anyone about the cost of living. I'm talking about Europe about the cost of living. Bullshit.
I was talking to my friend from Europe about the cost of living in Ohio and just how everything has gotten so unaffordable, and he was literally shocked. He was like, but Ohio's a cheap state, I thought.
Genuinely just got off the phone with one of my European friends, and he was in complete disbelief when I told him the prices here in New York, because I genuinely can't believe them either.
My cousin from Scotland just got in touch with me and how the price.
So these four soy latte drinking clowns were all talking with their friends in Europe about the cost. Right. They were probably talking about what was the best cream for their VD.
Living has gone up like crazy, and he was all like, but you live in Ohio, like you don't really have to worry about it, right? Like that's pretty cheap.
I live in New York, and I was talking to my friend in France the other day, and I was telling her I literally can't afford my rent.
I was like, yeah.
You're all too dumb to pay attention, you dumbasses.
Used to be, but to be honest, there's no such thing as a cheap state anymore. He says, but you have a second job. Isn't that for like fun stuff or saving and stuff? Like just use that for now. I was like, you think my second job is for fun? It's for survival. Have you seen the cost of gas after the MAGA Republicans started a war in the Middle East? Have you seen the cost of...
You think a 19-year-old chick is talking about the cost of gas?
groceries in Ohio after the MAGA Republicans did all these tariffs.
1 year ago, I was looking at gas prices being $2, $3 at most. Right now, I'm lucky to find $4 a gallon. That is insane.
Well, go back to Mexico, Pablo.
I was telling my European friend that I'm working 2 jobs to barely cover my living expenses, and he was shocked, thinking that
hand jobs for crack. That's what he's doing. Lines are open. Give me a call, 615-475-7864. Feel free. I want to show you something here. I was going through my challenge coin collection last night, and whenever I was transferring them over to my other thing, and I got a challenge coin here, and I will not tell you who I got this from. But one side of the challenge coin, let's grab this call, and then I'll show you. Let's grab this one. Line 3, where are you calling from? What's your name?
Arizona, pureblood. Good morning, Ben.
Good morning.
I'm calling about the little psyop you're showing here, the 4 little clowns on the screen here.
It's real.
They all got their talking points. But you remember when they did this big document drop, how TikTok was infiltrated by China, and they've been using them and all this stuff. They all got their little letter, email, whatever you want to call it, saying this is what we're pushing this week. Go, go, go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's proven, Ben.
I mean, do you honestly think that, well, a lot of people will believe that 4 soy latte drinking morons are talking about the cost of living with their friends in Europe? Are you kidding me?
No, we don't believe that. We don't. But I live vicariously through you. I get my news through you, Ben, because I cannot stand listening to these people. So I want to thank you very much for everything you do. God bless you too. Goodbye.
Take care. Pure blood. Thank you for that. Whew. These people are liars. They are liars. Buy me a coffee. Links in the description. Join the channel as a member. I wanted to give a big shout out. Let me see if my friend is still in the chat. No, he left. Okay, good. There you go. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Soviet media right here in America. Let me show you this challenge coin I got here real quick. I can't tell you who I got it from because I refuse to admit that they are even an organization. One side says if you have to ask, you don't need to know. If you have to ask, you don't need to know. That's how secretive that agency is. Ben, is it possible the mainstream media rolled out Tucker, Megan as podcasters gone wild in order to show what happens even when serious journalists break away from respected mainstream news sources? Retro Bill?
Amen.
Boom shakalaka, brother.
And boom shakalaka.
Historical relief. Thank you for speaking my ancestral language. Let's go here. Line 1. Where are you called from? What's your name?
My name is Paula, and I'm calling from Butler, PA.
What would you like to say?
Those 4 people you just had up, I see 3 of them are quite pale Caucasians. I just wondered how that white privilege is working out for them. Since all white people are supposed to have a privilege.
Yeah. White privilege. My white privilege causes me to get my ass up and go to work. What does yours do?
Mine does the same.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's a real weird dynamic.
I know they're talking about white people who are so white privileged. Well, what happened to them and their white privilege?
I don't know how we got down this rabbit hole of trash, but I feel that's where we're at, is in the absolute doldrums of society with the amount of lies that we're getting. That's what I think.
I absolutely agree.
God bless you. Thank you for calling. Thank you for subscribing, Rosemary. James, what do you got?
Ben, how you doing this morning? You done set me off. You just showed me a picture of Tucker and a picture of Margie Taylor Greene sitting down there grifting. Every time I see her picture on that damn boat, I think about the $58 a month Social Security increase I got in my pay last year.
Well, that's nice of them. That's nice of them.
Yeah, let me tell you about the media, Ben. The media is dying. You are the new media. I get 100% of my news from your channel.
That's
I don't
weird.
watch none of the mainstream media. I don't watch these other damn dumbasses out here. And you know what? The more they attack you, the more you're going to grow.
You know, James, there's a lot of chaos in the news media, but now if you haven't realized it, and there's a lot of people that haven't, they're all working together. They're all working together. God bless you, James. I appreciate. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me say one other thing. The media, what happened to these media supporting communism? What happened in Cambodia and Burma and Vietnam when the communists took control? What did they do to the media that helped them? They went and picked them up at gunpoint, took them out and took care of them.
Yeah.
These people are stupid. You need a challenge coin for the media. Is there such a thing?
Oh, I wish. I mean, in Iran, they use gravity therapy. They have gravity therapy for Iran.
Oh God, I like it. I'm gonna use
Throw them
that.
off the
That's a good
buildings.
one.
That's what they do there.
Gravity therapy. That's a good one. Thank you, Ben.
Take
That
care,
made my
brother.
day.
God bless you. Appreciate you. A little gravity therapy is maybe what the media needs. Maybe that's what they need. I don't know. I can't incite any violence. What do you got this? Dallas Fort Worth Airport is adding a foot washing station for the mostly peaceful religion. How does that make you feel? I'm going to go wash my feet in Dallas at the foot washing station. Does that make you happy?
And we've got more breaking news this.
Look at this one. This one will make you upset. Any veterans in the chat?
And we've got more breaking news this afternoon, this time coming in from the National Mall. U.S. Park Police are blocking off the World War II memorial right now because it looks like this. Vandals spray painted it and apparently put some kind of solution in the water fountains there. Our cameras actually got there before Park Police did, so we can actually show you the graffiti here that appears to include the words "clean hands, dirty money." Before police cordoned off the area, we also saw several people that were playing with the bubbles that seemed to be coming out of the fountains. Park Police have now cleared that area. News 4's Joseph Olmo just got to that scene. He's going to see what more he can find out.
They vandalized the World War II memorial.
He's going to join us a little later in this hour as soon as
World War II memorial vandalized. How does that make you feel? Right? Gosh, these people, man. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. My grandfather, World War II veteran. I feel like punching somebody in the face. I feel like punching someone in the face when they do this. It's garbage. No. It's unacceptable. I moved it to subscribers only for the chat to get rid of the trolls. So there you go. This is garbage, guys. It pisses me off that they're doing this to these monuments. Dallas Fort Worth Airport could be adding foot washing stations. Think about that. Right? Let's see if this will play.
Check it out. This is Sky 4 video fly.
Let's grab John, Louisiana. John, what do you got?
Good morning, Mr. Dykes and Patriot family.
Good morning,
all
sir.
of you veterans for y'all's services. I just want to say, I'm glad we'd all be speaking German / Japanese if this kind of shit went on back in World War II. It's ridiculous.
When did it change? When did evil become good, good become evil? When did they change?
The liberal bullshit. When them damn Johnson and them all worked together and killed Kennedy, that's when the shit started changing.
I'm going to say this. I don't think I can disagree with you. I don't think I can push back on that argument.
Yes,
It's
sir.
it's a
Well, y'all have a
trashy
great day,
situation.
Patriots. Love
Take care,
y'all.
John.
Keep up the
God
good
bless
work.
you. God bless you. Dan Patrick's trying to stop the foot washing stations. Good. Let's see here. Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Something else I wanted to talk about this morning, and I forgot it. I forgot all about it. Well, I want to hear what this says. I want to hear what this says here. I want to hear this report. Damn it. Line 2, go right ahead. What do you got, line 2? Where are you calling from? What's
What
your
the
name?
hell? Muslims don't wear shoes in Texas or what?
Well, this is so that they can go to the airport, wash their feet at the airport. I mean, this is what are your thoughts about this?
They don't wear shoes.
I don't know. But I'll tell you this. I think this is the first way. I think this is how this is the first move on Texas that for the mostly peaceful religion. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's ate up. We need to boot them out. Get rid of them.
God bless you.
Go
Thank you
back.
for calling, brother. Let's go here. Line 5. What do you got, line 5?
Morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, this is Billy Bob from Carbondale, Illinois.
Billy Bob in Illinois. Thank you for calling. Are you a JB Pritzker fan? Brandon Johnson?
Man, I ain't got nothing to feed that hog.
What would you like to say this morning?
Hey, man, I appreciate all your effort and what we're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, this world needs to wake up. It's really bad. It's disgusting how these people have come here to do what they're doing.
Mhm.
And we shouldn't be allowing this. The bubble's fixing to burst, you know? I just hate it. It's disgusting. I wish people would just wake up and see all this for what it truly is.
You know, it's strange for us to feel like an outsider in our own country.
That's true.
I never thought I would
But,
feel like an outsider in my own country. God bless you, Billy Bob. Thank you for calling. Take care.
Yeah.
Somebody just sent me a super chat over on a Cash App. Carl, I can't even say your last name. Carl with a U, 1776. Thank you. Greg Slintz, 1776. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. There's a little thing up there in the top. You can scan that. Listen to this, Dallas Fort Worth Airport.
The north entrance of DFW Airport. That was about 5 p.m. when the daylight was still out. We already showed you at the top of the newscast when the light was gone, so it's gotten worse. People decided to jump out of their car and walk the rest of the way. I don't know how that's working out, but there it is. There's a live shot. I was going to say, I'm sure it's better now.
No, it's not, and
It's
it won't
not
be for a long
all.
time. Officials are encouraging travelers to allow an extra 60 to 90 minutes. I even feel like it should be a little more. This is
So just in that area,
Yes.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Get through the gate to your...
Well, and I don't know if this feels very in touch. They're saying allowed 2 hours before domestic flights, but that's like a normal. That's when Stephen Dial would be there on a normal day.
So I guess maybe that's what caused them to delay. They can't wash their feet fast enough. Right? Man, what a weird timeline we're in when this kind of stuff is happening. It pisses me off. Trump admin urges Supreme Court to issue a decision in mail-in voting. Apparently some damn liberal judge has put a pause on the executive order to stop mail-in ballots. We knew it would be a liberal judge. It's just a matter of time. Trump's mail-in voting blocked by a federal liberal judge. Anti-satellite weapons are now a priority. Good. Human smuggling drops as Trump drastically cuts illegal immigration. Love it. Thank you for the super chat from Mark. Unrep Coffee. Underway replenishment. Thank you so much. We need that. We need a cup of coffee in the morning. Multiple cups of coffee. Let's grab a little call here. Line 1. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Carrie from Florida.
Carrie in Florida. What do you got to say, Carrie?
I just think, especially with the last part, with the World War II, they just want for us to become like them and storm, so they have a reason to be able to.
I'm going to let you go. I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you for calling. There we go. Let's go. Milton, Memphis. What do you got, Milton?
Hey, good morning, Mr. Ben. How you doing?
Amazing.
Yeah, the foot wash thing. Yeah, they spending about over $300,000 for that, but then they also already have prayer rooms inside the airport too for them.
Well, that's
With
nice.
with the carpet and the towel and stuff already on the floor for them. The Quran books already on the shelf and stuff. I was like, when I looked at that last night, I did a story on it, but I haven't released the video. I released it around noon today.
Do you know who pays for that?
That's another thing. They
Taxpayers.
claim that it was, they claim it was privately funded. So
Bullshit.
when I was reading it, I said, so let's just say this is true, and it's not taxpayer dollars, which it is taxpayer dollars. But let's just say that this is true about the privately funded. You mean to tell me there's no outrage about when they said this is privately funded and not taxpayers, but you got mad at Trump about the ballroom when he said this is not taxpayers' money?
You betcha. All of these airports receive tax subsidies, meaning they don't pay taxes. And when you get a tax subsidy, that means the taxpayer is paying for this. Here we go. Look at it. For all of you weirdos that like feet pictures, here you go. Right here. Now, here's the benefit. At least this stops them from washing their feet in the damn sink.
Well, yeah, because they said they want to keep the floors dry. And then they said with the women Muslims, their bathrooms and stuff was going to be separate, so the men and the women won't go in the same foot wash room and rest room. I was like, hold on, so we accommodate them about not crossing each other paths or going to each other restrooms, but you make us accept that a man can say he a woman and they can go in the women's bathroom when my little girls go to the restroom while we out?
Not happening with me, brother. Not happening.
Exactly.
God bless you. Thank you, Milton. Thank you for your super chat, too. Thank you very much. God bless you. Milton in Memphis. Y'all go check out Milton. Y'all go check out Milton. It's called Memphis Conservative. Memphis Conservative is his YouTube channel. Trevor, thank you. God bless you. For the vets.
Amen.
Boom shakalaka.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. Why isn't A.G. Paxton stopping all this absolute bull crap? That's a good question. Remember, vote in person. We will not let them win. Texas is the new battleground, guys. That's what they want. Washing some feet in there. Washing some feet, Dallas Airport. Man, I'm pissed. I am pissed. Listen to that. You've got to hear this, though. This is so good. This is so good. I don't care if you like Ben Shapiro or not. He's been on fire lately. I'm starting to like him because everybody else hates him.
There's no question Caroline Leavitt has been very, very good at her job. The White House will be worse for the wear without her. There's some talk about who exactly is going to take over next, and I have an off-the-board pick that might surprise certain of you. It will definitely increase the ratings. Plus, we have the latest on the White House press corps freaking out about President Trump's 007 plane switch maneuver. Caroline Leavitt is stepping down as press secretary. She put out a statement saying, serving as the White House press secretary over the past year and a half has been the honor and adventure of a lifetime. I'm incredibly grateful to President Trump for granting me so many extraordinary opportunities, such as working in the West Wing and spending countless hours in the Oval Office, 007 flying around the world and meeting foreign leaders, and traveling across our beautiful country and meeting Americans from all walks of life. She says, being a mother and welcoming a new baby while working in one of the most demanding jobs in the world has been the most rewarding yet challenging season of my life, to say the least.
I am angry to see Caroline Leavitt leaving. But Ben Shapiro wants Alex Jones to be the next one. He wants Alex Jones to be the next press secretary. I think it'd be entertaining. Ben is firm but fair. Sure. I don't care. I don't know what that means, but sure. Firm but fair. I'm okay with all of that. Go check out beautifulflag.com. That's my buddy Don. He doesn't pay me for any of this. He doesn't pay me for a damn thing. He's just a Vietnam vet that's putting out some good products. Let's go here. Let's see what else we got. Let's grab a handful of more calls before I got to go to work, before I got to go to my real job. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free. Let's see here. This is disgusting. Damaging the World War II memorial. Just, that really upsets me, to be honest with you. Vandalizing that. 5 city officials arrested in Texas. Mayor, city secretary, 2 former city council members for fraud. Stealing money. It's pitiful. I'm going to play this clip here while I refill my coffee. And I hope that you all will help me out. I need another coffee. I'm going to roll it line 1 right here.
I've been homeschooled since last year due to the public schools being more liberal. And when people ask me what school I go to, I let them know that I'm homeschooled, and they always give me a bad look. And I just wanted to ask you, what do you say to those that are against homeschooling?
Well, they can apply for a job from you in 10 years from now. So. That's awesome. You're going to be more polite, smarter, wiser, happier, more direction, more purpose, less corrupted, more understanding, more battle ready, better prepared, less confused, more biblical, more grounded, more Christ-like. If you are homeschool your kids if you can. Homeschool your kids. By the way, it used to be, the homeschool kids were quote unquote weird. No. The homeschool kids are wise. The homeschool kids, they're going to be the ones that are going to be running society. My money's on the homeschool kids more so than anybody else. God bless you. Stay strong. Thank you.
I've been homeschooled since last year due to the public schools being more liberal. And when people ask me what school I go to, I let them know that I'm homeschooled, and they always give me a bad look. And I just wanted to ask you, what do you say to those that are against homeschooling?
Well, they can apply for a job from you in 10 years from now. So. That's awesome.
Sorry about that. Took me a while. We lost a great patriot. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to call in. Thank you for all the super chats, all the support on the chat, and all the great comments. Not just the super chats. You guys bring the heat in the mornings here. You really do. And I can't say thank you enough for just sitting in and having a coffee with me. That's what I'm happy about. This guy, man, he's so hated. I'm starting to root for the underdog.
Gratitude. You can't do anything about your life. It's a Russian oligarchy. And also, you should be ungrateful for America. And if people tell you to be grateful, it's because they're probably neocons. Which, again, Tucker never defines the term neocon because we all know what he means. But here he is.
So it's clearly coordinated. But it's not just coordination that gets us to a talking point like that. There was deep feeling behind it. And that feeling was contempt. That was loathing of the people complaining. That was loathing of the population. And that is part and parcel of this whole program. And this ultimately is the reason that the neocon worldview is a cancerous worldview. Not simply because it's wrong about which countries we ought to invade, which leaders we ought to topple, which democracies we ought to erect in countries whose languages we don't speak. Okay, that's obviously all wrong. But that's not...
Let's grab this one. Line 3. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Florida. U.S. Navy vet, man.
Navy vet out of Florida. Good morning, sir.
Have a nice day, because you're making my day a good day.
What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?
Nothing. I said, I wish you a good day, man. 'cause,
I know. I'm joking, brother. I'm joking. What'd you do in the Navy? What was your rate?
I was an MM2.
Machinist
and I
mate,
worked
conventional or nuke?
conventional, USS America, CBA 66.
Oh, good for you, brother.
I was air conditioning. I'm air conditioning. Geez, my mind's gone. I made liquid oxygen, liquid nitrogen. O2
Man, I love it, dude. I love it. It's good to talk to another veteran on the
Yeah.
channel in the mornings. I love it. Thank you so much for your service.
2.5 years in Vietnam, and I was over there when I was 17, and I was on a river patrol boat for a month.
You know, my best friend's dad was on PBRs. He was on PBRs.
Yeah.
The patrol boats, junk boats. He said they wore pajamas and dressed like the Vietnamese.
Well, now I'll tell you what they did do though to really surprise me. We got fired at, and the boatsman had to call back and say where we were and what we were taking on fire and could we fire back or not.
See,
that was in the pet offensive bullshit or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
So,
well,
anyway,
thank you for calling, brother.
really
I welcome other veterans calling in. I welcome anybody that calls in, but whenever another vet calls in and says thank you, I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you so much. You made my damn day. Another swabby. Thank you for calling, brother. God bless you. Another swabby. Let's go. The Tucker Carlson machine, I think, is failing. I think that ship has sailed, so to speak. If you still watch that guy, good luck. Good luck, man. Good luck. I've got to do a little self-promotion here. I'm going to do it just because I'm so happy to have my truck back. Yesterday, I cut a little video in the backyard. And I want to play a little bit of this video first because Nick Freitas, I don't know how to say his name. I think it's Freitas. He put out a clip that got me riled up, man. It got me riled up. And I had to go and talk about this.
You know what, Tucker? Screw you, dude. It must be real easy to sit in the ivory tower that has been created by men braver than you.
If the people who risk nothing judge everyone who does or has. That's what I'm seeing right now. I ran across this clip from a guy by the name of Nick Freitas. He is a Green Beret, works for Blaze Media. And he laid it out in a way that really touched home for me. Because there's a lot of people that live in these ivory towers. They live on these pedestals. They live in these $1 million mansions in Maine and in Tennessee. And they've got these big brand deals. And these people, they have nothing to risk. They have no skin in the game. And you probably like a lot of them. Matt Walsh, great dude, right? He's been a talking head since he was popping zits. He's never had a real job. But yet he tells you and I how the world should be. Same thing with Tucker Carlson. That's what got me just recently, was Tucker laying out this 10-point plan about how him and these cronies that he's got are going to make America better than we are now. Tucker Carlson's dad was a CIA spook, allegedly. His dad helped start all of these different media companies. Tucker Carlson has been in media forever. Has a real big house, or maybe it's just a damn studio in Maine. I don't know. But then I'm sure he's got a house in Montana so he can go fly fishing, and a house here and a house there and Qatar and all those other things. But this is the guy that is telling us what to do. You can see in the back of my truck, I got some spare tires that I just had to get mounted and balanced. I actually looked to buy used tires because I wanted to save a little money. You can see here I've got a new belt that I got to put on, right? I am going to do that. I have skin in the game. I have a regular job. I have served my country. But it seems like some of these people, and you know them well, they can say anything about anyone, including the American service member, and there are zero repercussions.
You know what, Tucker? Screw you, dude. It must be real easy to sit in the ivory tower that has been created by men braver than you.
If we murder people, and it is murder, who committed no crime, pose no threat to us, who are non-combatants, women, children, we're going to apologize for it. We're going to call it what it is, which is a crime. And when another country commits genocide against a population, kills tens of thousands of children, as our closest ally has, as countries tend to do, by the way.
See, once again, Tucker is very, very selective on who he wants to hold accountable. He wants to hold us accountable, perfectly fine. Wants to hold Israel accountable, okay. Doesn't want to hold Hamas accountable. Doesn't want to call Iran accountable. So here's what Tucker Carlson wants. He wants the American taxpayer to pay restitution anytime civilians are harmed in war. Really? I'm not saying that we shouldn't say that's tragic, but the thing that I would like to point out to Tucker Carlson, who has never had to be on the ground and actually fight these barbarians, is they like to put innocent civilians in harm's way. And when the AK-47 is shooting at you, you don't always know who's pulling the trigger. And the U.S. government needs to admit that we've committed a crime, we've committed murder. You know what, Tucker? Screw you, dude. You have never known what it's like to actually have to go into combat situations, make split-second decisions, trying to do everything you possibly can to put yourself in danger before you harm an innocent, and just declare everything like that murder. Thank God Tucker Carlson has never been responsible for trying to keep this country safe.
There is no blowback. So that, let me put myself on camera here again. There we go. So that was a video I came out with yesterday. You can see I'm just sitting in the back of my old pickup truck, right? And I want to tell you right now, I don't know how many of you like whenever I make videos out in the backyard or in the truck. If you do, put a 1 for yes, 2 for no. I think getting back to some tailgate talks, to some real just conversations, is where I'm going. That's where I'm going. I'm going to keep doing these live streams, but I feel like some tailgate chats is exactly what needs to happen. That's where we're at right now. Tough talks from the tailgate. And yes, I did get that belt on. It was for the compressor for my air conditioner. And yes, my 1975 Ford, the air conditioner works. Somebody sent me a message last night that said, oh, let me see what this comment said. It said, this is one of the best comments I've ever gotten on my channel. Where the heck was it at? Let me grab one more call here this morning. Line 2, where are you calling from? What's your name?
Ben Dykes, this is Arthur Unwin.
Arthur, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. I plead with you, Ben. I plead with you, and I'm sure the chat agrees. We need you. We rely on you. We love you, and you're just genuine, and that's what we need.
Well, I don't know if I could be a whole lot else. I don't know if I could be a whole lot else.
And that's who we are. We're just ourselves, but we're frustrated, and we need a source of information that's reliable, and we don't have that, but we got you. So I plead with you.
Well,
keep us going. Keep us going.
Well, brother, I appreciate that comment. God bless you. I really appreciate that,
All right.
Arthur.
Have
Thank
a
you for
great
your
day.
time.
I'm running late. So
Yes,
God
sir.
bless, and we'll see you. Bye.
Yes, sir. Let me grab this one here. All right, I got to show you this comment that somebody sent me. Somebody sent me a comment. Blessed is the man who drives any 70-something Ford F-100 in mint green and works a day job. Somebody sent me that comment. I don't know who Eccles is. I have no idea who Eccles is. This is one of the best comments I've ever gotten on my channel. Without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best comments I've ever received. And I don't know if they're being facetious. I don't know if they were effing with me. And my reply, well, that's what I got. That's what I got. I don't know how to be anything else except who I am. Guys, I think it's time to dive the ship.
On the 1MC, pass the word. Dive, dive. Sound 2 blasts of dive alarm. Pass the word. Dive, dive.
Dive, dive. Dive, dive.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Same old song again. Same old song again. Marching down the avenue. Marching down the avenue. We don't know where we'll be through. We don't know where we'll be through. A long, long time ago. Long, long time ago. Heard it on the radio. Heard it on the radio. Sounds so good to me. Sounds so good to me. U.S. Navy submarine. U.S. Navy submarine. Recruiter just inside here. Recruiter just inside here. Turns out I gave them 5 years. Turns out I gave them 5 years. Had to get out of boot camp. Had to get out of boot camp. They won't like the smoking lamp. They won't like the smoking lamp. Now I'm a submariner. Now I'm a submariner. Rolling in the deep, sir. Rolling in the deep, sir. Top secret mission, hush, hush. Secret mission, hush, hush. No one's gonna find us. No one's gonna find us. 6 months below the ocean. 6 months below the ocean. Can't remember the sun. Can't remember the sun. Can't write my wife no letters. Can't write my wife no letters. And Tony's gonna get her. Tony's gonna get her. But I won't trade this life away. I won't trade this life away. Makes it worth the Navy pay. Makes it worth the Navy pay. If I can't be a bobblehead. I can't be a bobblehead. Might as well just be dead. Might as well just be dead. A long, long time ago. Long, long time ago. Heard it on the radio. Heard it on the radio. Sounds so good to me. Sounds so good to me. U.S. Navy submarine. U.S. Navy submarine. Say Riley, 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 Riley. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Coral Sea. I've been to Coral Sea. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Korea. I've been to Korea. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Vietnam. I've been to Vietnam. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for liberty. Fighting for freedom. Fighting for freedom. Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Desert Storm.
Sorry about that. Damn it. Sorry. I'm calling someone real quick that I think you all might want to hear from. Sorry about that. And let's go right here. Little guy by the name of Rob O'Neill. And I don't mean little guy by any means. But we're going to call Rob here real quick. Rob's watching the show. And let's go right here and give him a bell. Let's go. If you want salty, let's get salty.
The wireless customer you are calling is not available.
It's not available. Damn it. I'll get them on the next one. Actually, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. We'll see if we can do this. Nope, it's not working. All right, no problem. No problem at all. Anyway, guys, gals, girls, I'll get Rob on for the next show. Y'all take care. See you on the road.